The World Economic Forum, among several issues, has looked at the future of artificial intelligence. And one of the key issues with AI and its induction around the world is skilling. Do we have the skills to adopt the new technology? The technology is moving at phenomenal speed. Joining us now, the Minister Jayant Chaudhary. He looks at skilling. Thanks very much, Jayant, for being with us. Um, we have to embrace AI, don't we? I mean, it's not an option for us, and yet skilling becomes so very important. How exactly are you looking at the entire issue of skilling linked to job generation?
I think we've already embraced it, and we're actually one of the world leaders. Even in terms of policy, the way it has been framed, we're trying to make all the right moves, get all the pieces on the board, so to speak. So we have a AI mission, which is trying to engage deeper with the higher education institutions, enable research, create a number of labs in our tier 2, tier 3 cities as well. And there's grants, there's fellowships being offered. They're working with the institutions, scientific institutions that we currently have in India. And some of the players who are trying to innovate and build startups and build layers based on AI.
Right.
Skilling, as you know, is something that always needs to keep retooling, reinvesting in the infra, in the curriculum, in the training pedagogies, so that it's always cutting edge. So that's the mandate. Already, we have the world's second largest workforce, which is, you could call them AI ready, or you could call them they understand AI, or they're already using AI tools.
I suppose the concern in a country like ours, and you would know this best given your own background, is that we have an agrarian economy at one level. We've got people who work on the basis of labor. When we introduce concepts like AI, there is a sense of fear that the jobs which I have done for generations, my family has done as farmers, as those who are less skilled and less educated, those jobs may evaporate. How would you respond to this concern?
On agriculture, 1,000 crores has been allocated to set up a center of excellence. IIT Ropar is the nodal organization. And we must understand Indians are perhaps the best at adapting to technology and using it. The kind of use cases that have emerged from our innovation in DPIs, the kind of social services and social public good that has come through these technological platform interventions is being watched and appreciated globally. Um, we can do our banking on our mobile phone. 90 million users have access to the lowest data cost in the world. So they're all comfortable with it. Let's not assume that they will not be able to adapt. The children of farmers are very, very savvy, and they want to connect with the market, with the global market, and become service providers. So there's immense potential.
In terms of skilling itself, which is a national priority, we keep talking about our demographic dividend, the fact that we are the youngest country in the world. We have a target 2047 to become a developed nation. How important is skilling towards achieving that objective?
Skilling is it's like a wicket keeper. I mean, if we drop a catch, you'll say, what is skilling doing? Which is what industry keeps saying, right? If there's a skill gap. But the thing is, it's a continuous process. There will always be skill gaps as the industry is so dynamic, so fluid, pace of change is so high. What used to take 20 years and rolling out in the whole world market today takes a matter of 3, 4, 5 years. So I think skilling is the most important priority. It's a national priority. Prime Minister's pet subject. He loves it. In fact, informally, whenever he sits with me and other ministers, he keeps stressing on how we have to work together, and that skilling is his number one priority. Uh, through NDTV, I'd like to make an announcement on some of the AI initiatives that have come through our engagement with Davos. So yesterday, I met Nick Clegg with Meta, day before, in fact. And yesterday, we've done a launch of the prototype SIA. It's an AI interface built for Skill India Digital Hub, which is our India part of India Stack, our DPI. Skill India Assistant is the name. So that will make it a very immersive journey for anyone who comes, uses our platform, so they can understand what are the courses available for them, which is appropriate learning pathway to use.
That's fantastic. But when it comes to skilling, something which we've not done very much in our country is vocational training. You and I have been educated in schools over here. Many people have, colleges over here. We aren't trained for technical skills. For example, a car mechanic, fills an indispensable role, right? everybody requires a car mechanic. Why is that car mechanic trained on the job? Why isn't he or she given that training in an institute? How do we need to work on that?
No, I mean, there's the countries that we are here in Switzerland, some of other European countries like Germany and Denmark, they've had a long tradition of vocational training. And it's a dual track system, really. Even Singapore, where at a very young age from school, then they either choose academics or they choose more applied sciences. In India, through national education policy, we are trying to actually integrate both of them. And I think that's the right approach, looking at India's current ecosystem, our legacy systems, and the scale at which we are working. We have 250 million young children in schools. We are already scaling every year about 2.5 to 3 million people in the short-term and longer-term courses.
But the numbers are still small compared to the population we have. So,
yeah, but we have a huge footprint. We have 15,000 ITIs. They're there in every state and every nook and cranny. We're trying to revitalize that network. So 60,000 crores, which translates to $1.25 billion, is going to be spent so that there's a better connectivity between local industry and those institutions. They really take ownership of those ITIs, and we're working along with the states in partnership with the states to roll that out.
Yeah.
So we're going to get cutting edge equipment, the new courses, teacher training programs. So then they become, in a way, in a right, centers of excellence. And that is where, through our ITIs, those traditional plumbing, electricians, and even AI, robotics, those sort of concepts can be taught at scale.
A final question, in terms of budgetary outlay towards reskilling, do you believe we are at a position where we are all right? Do you need more in terms of setting up more institutions? I'm just trying to gauge the importance given to skilling in terms of and there's a budget coming up.
Yes, well, we always want more, but reskilling has to be done in collaboration with industry. We have recognition of prior learning programs, which we're running at scale. For, as you know, PM Vishwakarma is targeting 18 traditional crafts and trades that are followed by people in villages across the country. So in a sense, that's also a reskilling program. People who already have a knowledge, we're giving them the tools to compete at a global level. But you really need industry to invest in their own workforce and to develop their own programs according to their own business dynamic and how they assess the skills that they want from their employees.
Wonderful speaking to you, Jayant. I really do appreciate. Jayant Chaudhary, they're telling us about the potential that exists in India. The fact that skilling is now taking place institutionally at so many levels through various institutions, various centers, budgetary allotment, perhaps more is required in the future. But the future of embracing reskilling and the future of artificial intelligence as part of the India growth story, tremendous. It's technology that has to be imbibed because, frankly, there is no choice.